We're joined now by Arizona State coach Kenny Dillingham. Kenny, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day, man. I know you have a busy schedule today.
Yeah, wouldn't miss it for the world.
Love it. Absolutely love it. First and foremost, we tried to get you to do magic last year. Just want to confirm no magic this year for us?
Yeah, no magic. That's saved for recruits.
That's fair. That's absolutely
you just gotta put on some pads.
I mean, I figured I'd shoot the shot, right?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
I'll do the same thing next year. Coach, obviously, year one in the books, your second media day, second season ahead. For you, what was the biggest lesson that you learned last season going into this year?
Yeah, just being able to trust the people around you and understand that I don't have as much time to do football as I used to. And I got to trust that the people on our staff, the people we've hired, the people that are part of our organization are good football coaches and trust their path. Because, right now I have too many other things to do than to get in the weeds of a true 100% of being in control of the game plan. I want to have a say in all three phases. And I felt like I had a say in multiple phases earlier in the year, and that kind of phased away. And I want to have that effect on all three phases, not just one side of the ball.
Do you feel any different coming into Big 12 Media Day versus a Pac-12 Media Day?
No, not at all. The exact same.
You talked up on stage about how you've really started to trust more people and kind of take your hands off a little bit. What's that process been like, and how nice is it to have that, ability to be able to do that?
Yeah, and I think that's just a learning experience for me. I've been so hands-on my entire career. That's ball is what I do.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I've ever done. I don't have another avenue. So, not doing it or not being, I have to be involved, but I'm not going to be able to find out that if the safety starts with a opposite stagger stance, that it means it's spinning to go or going to cover 2 instead of spinning down to 3 week. I don't have time to do that anymore. I got to trust that somebody else is going to find that stuff, give it to me, and I can use that information and help put together plans on both sides of the ball.
Coach, quarterback room looks pretty different than it did this time last season. Obviously, Sims, Levitt, you've got Bourget still there. We had Jaden Rashada transferred out. You've got Navi. For you, what are you looking for most in a quarterback to really solidify themselves as the go-to guy when the season kicks off?
A guy who gets the ball out, doesn't take negative plays, and doesn't make negative plays. I think we have enough talent around us that we're going to have explosive plays naturally this year, unlike last year where we had to force or try to create them. I think ball in hand guys, we have enough to create those explosive plays in the running game and the pass game. But I want a guy who can protect the football and gets us out of 2nd and 14. Don't take a sack, throw it away. The ability to scramble and extend plays. And I think we have that this year.
How do you like how they've embraced competition? I know that was a really big thing in the quarterback room. What have you seen from all of those guys who are competing for a spot that's not yet been decided?
Yeah, they've competing. It's the same thing I told them when we sign everybody and anybody on our roster. I'm going to bring in somebody to compete with you. Nobody's guaranteed anything here. Not one person on our roster has been guaranteed to start. Not one. Have some of them put themselves in a position to where they should start? Yeah. But we're going to play the best players, and it'll be like that forever.
Is there something about the allure of the high ceiling guy that maybe didn't succeed at his last school for you? Because it seems like, Bo Nix had his struggles at Auburn and obviously turned into what he is now. Jordan Travis, kind of the similar thing. We talked about Brady White. Is there something that you see in that?
I think you recruit people at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's, the quarterbacks that I've been successful with and I've been blessed to be around, it's the mindset. It's the person. The physical skill set, they're going to have to hit a physical skill set in order to be successful. There's a bunch of guys that hit the minimum skill set to be good, right? There's not many guys that are wired away to be great. And I think those are the guys we're trying to recruit, are guys that are, one, have the physical skill set, but 2, are wired a certain way. They love it. They're passionate. It's what they do. That's what they want. They text me at 10:30 at night. They text me at 11. Why aren't we doing this? What if I could I check this on this call instead of this? I want guys who just love it.
Mm-hmm. Coach, you talked a little bit about trust this season, right? You can't focus too much now on the X's and O's of a game, almost have to delegate a little bit. For you, a lot of that probably goes to Marcus Arroyo, your offensive coordinator, and Brian Ward on the defensive side of the ball. We've heard players really all throughout spring, even here at Media Day, really, really hyping up Brian Ward and Marcus Arroyo. For you, how have they kind of grown as coaches from the time that you spent with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think Marcus's experience as a head coach and now coming back as a coordinator again, phenomenal coordinator, so detailed. I've leaned on him heavily in terms of even head coaching questions and head coaching ideas because he's been through it and he's done it. And the same thing with Coach Ward. And, Coach Ward probably has it honestly harder than Coach Arroyo because Coach Arroyo and I, we have similar thought processes in how to attack. And he has a little bit different way, but it's the same mindset. Whereas Coach Ward has this would be really hard on offense. This would be really hard on offense. This would be really hard on offense. And I think that's something that I got to be able to manage myself and make sure that he is still doing what he wants to do, but he's taking insight of what he does little thing that could become more difficult for an offense to defend. And that's, I think, the value I can add to that side of the ball.
So we're here at Big 12 Media Day in Allegiant Stadium, surrounded by media from all over the country. And unfortunately, in the media polls, not a lot of love being shown to ASU and the Sun Devils. Is that something that you guys talk about? Is it something you ignore? And if you do talk about it, where's that fine line between motivation and distraction?
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it with our leadership council. I shot him a text. I'm going to bring it up to the team, obviously. But I think at the end of the day, the team saw it.
Right.
And if you're a competitor, do you really need me to bring it up? How many times do you need me to bring it up? I'm a competitor. I saw it, and it brought a competitive juice about myself of, okay, thank you. And I hope our team feels the same way. Have I had a meeting about it? No. Will I bring it up first day of camp? Yes. But I hope that they're sitting in that locker room and they look at that tweet. They look at the people on the all-conference teams, and they take that as not they're wrong. And they take that as, okay, it's on. Because there's two ways you can take it. You can take it as, oh, they're wrong. They don't know us. They don't know blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's just talk. Or you can take it as, okay, we'll show you. And I hope our guys right now, before we talk about it, are taking it in the latter and that challenge to where they don't say anything. They just go to work.
One of the guys that is taking it that way is Xavier Alford. We just talked to him, and I think it's something that's so special about not just the defense, but this team in general, is they're all pushing each other. He talked a lot about how the secondary is, they see stuff like that, and it further motivates them to work out and get together on off days. Have you seen that culture build even more from years past, and especially with guys like Axe that are coming back?
Oh, 100%. I mean, the work ethic and the standard is now what I like to say the minimum standard of a college football team. We didn't operate at a minimum standard of what a team should look like last year. We tried to get there, but we didn't hit what I would feel is a minimum standard. We're at a baseline of what I believe a culture and a standard should look like. And from here on out, it should just get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And so that standard is so high, you've built something that's going to be consistent. And I think, you can get a few players to win some games, but when your standard and your culture is so high and it's player driven, that's how you sustain winning. And it takes a little bit longer to do that. It's not the most fun way to do that, but it's the way to sustain success. And I think we finally hit that minimum standard of what it looks like, to be a college football team.
Yeah. Coach, last couple questions before we get you out of here. Again, you got a busy schedule. You brought up on stage chicken parmesan and meatballs. Can you give me your top three, just favorite foods? I know Mike Luke's somewhere trying to find you a burger, but what are your top three foods here?
Yeah, I love Mexican food. So I love chicken flautas, cheese, lettuce, spicy salsa.
Yeah.
Gotta have spicy salsa. Mild salsa, may as well not even have the Mexican food. Yeah. You gotta have, if you're not sweating, you're not doing it right. I love wing sauce. Wing sauce with French fries, wing sauce wrap sandwich, wings. And once again, if you're not sweating, you're not doing it right. And then the last one for me is I love spice food. I love something like a spicy shrimp or seafood pasta dish, red
Okay.
sauce pasta dish, somewhere in that world. But it's got to, once again, if you don't sweat when you eat, like, oh, something's wrong. You're too comfortable.
You're competitive while you eat, dude. You're built different, man.
It should be like you versus that bowl of food to get it down.
Every meal.
Like, it's
You
all
versus
the
booze. Like,
Yeah.
there's
versus
no
the bowl of food.
yeah,
oh my
like,
gosh.
if you do it right, you get yourself some sweet ice cream at the
Yeah,
end. But
yeah.
you better compete to finish that thing.
You have to
with
earn the ice
Yeah, you
cream.
gotta
You have to
earn the
earn it
not
with a,
given.
with
Yeah.
a good sweat.
This
Yeah.
is
Right.
this is a promise to Sun Devil fans watching. We will get a hot ones with Kenny Dillingham.
Oh, my
We
gosh.
will do that.
That'd be great.
We will do that. Coach, you guys took a PJ here.
Yeah.
How was that?
Awesome. Jay Francis, an unbelievable donor of ours, donated to the athletic department for us to fly out here. And I love it because he provided an experience for our guys that they're going to remember forever.
Yeah.
Forever. They got on that plane. They took photos. They got off that plane. They took videos. We went to an unbelievable steakhouse here, Prime Steakhouse. We went to a show, Eddie Griffin, right? The whole goal is to give these guys an experience that they're going to remember for the rest of their life. And I think sometimes we take for granted the role we have as coaches, and they're going to remember this, and we should make it special. And I appreciate Jay for letting us use his plane to get us out here and have these guys experience it, because they'll remember it forever.
Absolutely. Arizona State coach Kenny Dillingham. Coach, we appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.